guys, it's TracyMitchellVA with thisis50.com. I'm with my very special guest, Dvybez.
You know the vibes.
The vibes. First off, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling 10 out of 10. Yeah, 10 out of 10. 1 out of 10, I'm feeling the 10. So yeah.
Yeah, I know you were already on This Is 50. You know, they were covering your music before. But how does it feel to like have an interview with us
interview,
today?
this sets it like official. You know what I'm saying? We here, so this makes it 10 times better than just the article.
Yes, that's really cool. And I know you're an Atlanta native too. So from your perspective, tell me about what it was like coming up in the ATL.
In the ATL, my folks are Jamaican, so like me catching on to the culture of like America and also going back home, and I got the culture of Jamaica around me. It kind of was like I was picking up on the slang, like, you know, how everybody talking and like, what going on, man?
I still don't got that.
Yeah, I was picking up, so I kind of was able to mesh that style together and kind of just, instead of trying to be like everybody from Atlanta, just kind of just be my own self and, you know what I'm saying, just live with the fact that I got two type of bloods in me, basically.
Yeah, so you're Jamaican. Wow. I feel like everybody wants to be Jamaican these days. But were you always like in Atlanta? Like, what is that situation? Like your family, both of your parents?
So my mom, she's from America. She came to Atlanta. Shout out to my mom. She's definitely been in entertainment for a long time. She's been on BT, a lot of little videos and stuff like that. So with her being in entertainment as much as she was, I didn't even know that growing up. But I just kind of caught on being in entertainment. I actually started first doing photography and videography. So with that being said, I think God just kind of put it in my heart to just go ahead and just like get in front of the camera, get in front of the mic, start making music and stuff, just start turning up. Going
from doing photography to being an artist, I know that wasn't easy because those are two, different things.
It wasn't easy at all.
Yeah, how did you even get into recording? Like, what was the process like?
So when COVID happened, I had just kind of pulled out my phone. This was before they had all those little music apps you can use to make songs. I just pulled out my phone and I started like trying to sing to different beats and stuff in my car. And people was like, yeah, I like this, I like that. I like, so let me go to the studio and like just be for real about it. And after that, God just gave me like the go ahead and go. And after that, stuff just kind of started rushing at me, just how it's supposed to.
I heard your name, Dvybez. You got it from being like very vibey and your music being very vibey. Right. Was it always like that? Like, did you always have that sound, or did it grow into becoming that?
I feel like I always made like vibey music. Of course, I'm gonna say that, but I think for somebody who probably listened to like some of my first music, and I left my first mixtape up on all streaming platforms so people could hear like my growth. My first thing to me was like horrible. It's
What was it called?
It's the vibes, like the original. Like that's
like letting them know who you were coming through like that.
Right. Yeah. And that has all the mess ups, the horrible vocals, the horrible harmonies. It has everything on it because it's kind of like I'm not gonna shy away from what I used to be, where I started. I'm gonna actually keep it and just keep on growing.
Exactly, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just use that as the blueprint to make you who you are today. Right. How about the first time like your friends and your peers heard your music? What was that like?
I knew they weren't really fucking with me.
Well, how'd you know?
I knew. My bad if I'm cussing. Okay. Yeah, I knew they weren't messing with me. Just I'll play the song and I'm looking at people bob their heads and I'm kind of like, you don't like this. So it's okay.
As an artist, like, if I was an artist in another life, I want to know, like, what are the cues if somebody's not fucking my music. So
okay, so anybody who listens to music, if you move, the first thing is if they move, they like it.
Like they dance.
Yeah, if you get somebody to move a little bit, they like it. If you get a nasty face, that's for rappers. Okay, that's great.
What about if somebody's like, oh, I like the beat?
Oh, yeah, they don't like your song. They don't like your song at all. They like the producer at that point. That's all that is. Yeah.
So the producer gets all the love with that one.
Right.
How about some highlights? Because I know coming up in Atlanta, there's a lot of opportunities, especially with like the hip hop industry. That's all going down the A. What are some highlights that you've had, maybe opened up for people?
Okay, so I'll probably talk about one of my like lowest points. But recently, before I had released the Vibes 2, I was locked up, and I was locked up in Cobb County, and I met Young Thug. So, I got to speak with Young Thug. We had a couple conversations and we talked about, just like maybe like 5% of music. And I wonder if they actually went back and listened to my music on the kiosk because some guy was in there. He's like, yeah, the vibes. I like that. I like the song. I like your song. So I wonder if he went back and listened. But with that being said, that was one of the highlights. Another highlight would
be... That's definitely a highlight.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge because, you know what I'm saying, with everything going on. And then for me to be
With your music?
For me to move in, be arrested, and then I just meet Young Thug out of nowhere, a music god. Like, you know what I'm saying? So.
Did you expect that, like, going into Cobb County? Did you already think, or?
I didn't even know he was in Cobb County. I didn't even know. Like, they was just walking me to the back, and then bam, he was there.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask you why you was there.
No.
But to like seeing him, like, what was like your reaction, like?
So and this, like, the guy's like really like humble, man. Like, so I didn't have any money to make any calls, and I was trying to figure out why my calls weren't working. And he called me over there to where he was at, and I went over there, and he was like, "Hey, bro, you can go ahead and use my information so you can get in touch with your family."
Seriously?
And that was real. Like, that just showed me how, you know what I'm saying, everybody could be acting one way in front of the camera, but if you could be yourself, like, you're going to last long.
For sure.
What's up, guys? It's TracyVA, the owner of TracyVA Media, where we keep it real, relevant, and resonating. So, you know, we do lots of exclusive interviews here. So if you want to be one of the people on my couch, hit the email right here.
Yeah, that was one highlight. So, yeah, another one would be Jacquees. I met Jacquees.
Where'd you meet Jacquees at?
So, you know, he got a restaurant, and I think they had an opening, and I just was like, man, God told me to get up and go, so I went. I went up there, and long story short, we got there, and his DJ was like, "Hey, bro, you want to play some music? You can play your music." And I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. I was like, "All right, let me play my music." And I went back to the bar, and we had the music playing, the record started playing, and everybody was bobbing their heads.
Yeah.
His mother and his sister, I never forget it. His mom and his sister was right there, and it was like, "This you?"
They were fucking with the music.
Oh, they was really messing with me. Like, they was messing. They was like, "You sound good. You need to go talk to my son. Come on."
Did you?
Yeah, I went to go talk to him.
Oh, were you ready, or were you a little nervous?
I was nervous because I've been watching him from when he was like 15, like from like his first couple mixtapes all the way to like the first song he dropped. Not the first song he dropped, but like the first official tape he dropped. I think it was called 19. But yeah, I was messing with him for so long. So when I got there, I didn't really have too many words to say, and I was like, "What?
Like, what do I do? Do I just sing, or do I ask him?"
Yeah, I was like, "What do I say?" And it was another lady there as well. I forget her name, but she definitely she's a music head. She knows a lot of the big time artists like Migos, Chris Brown. She be with them all. So you know, she seen me, and I was on her live. She was like, "Oh yeah, I remember you from my live." Yeah, he was on.
The
my
fact
live.
that they remembered you, that's a big deal too.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool.
How about maneuvering through Atlanta, like making connections? Because you're saying that you met like these celebrities, these artists. What do you feel has been the most beneficial for you to connect with people and get your name out there?
So after, of course, going to like different record labels, I noticed that the connections stick and last when, of course, you have a good relationship, but you gotta have a resume. If you don't have a resume, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like a relationship, what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, after that, I was like, okay, I gotta go ahead and kind of like
step it up.
Yeah.
And what was the first thing where you're like, I'm gonna step it up this way? What was the first thing that you did?
First thing that I did, shout out to my engineer Steve. I went after my
shout out to Steve.
Yeah, after my artist management program, I went to Steve and I got a song done officially, and that's the new single that I have out, which is Fantasy.
Fantasy. We gotta talk about that too, because that's what you're pushing right now. It's going crazy. I think it's also charting on iTunes.
Number 67.
Talk to us about it.
Yeah, so we number 67 on iTunes. If you guys continue to keep on purchasing that, that'll be great because you can keep me going up on that chart. But long story short, when I first got charted on there, I was excited. I was up. I was dancing. I was happy. I was like, this can't be real. But when stuff happen like that, it show you like.
How do you know when you're charting? Like, is it a notification you get, or do you just watch the chart? And
you have to watch. Like, if it's a possibility that your song can chart, you have to like be on the lookout for it, possibly. So once I got to go that it was a possibility, it was just kind of like, you know, just keep looking a couple of days and let you know, like, okay, tomorrow just check. Okay, tomorrow check tonight. But you gotta have a team, because if you're the only person trying to check, then you know you might miss it. So you know, it was just exciting. You know, it was exciting for me.
Yeah, for sure. And it's important to have a team. So what's next besides it just charting? Like, what else are you expecting, like accolades wise?
So I definitely am expecting a reward from there. Trying to get my first play. That would definitely set the bar a little more higher for me.
You gotta throw like some type of celebration for that, because that's a big deal.
Yeah, but I'm just walking with God and everything right now. So the celebration gonna be between me and him, and then we're gonna keep pushing. I love
that. I love that too. So we got Fantasy out. Dvybez, thank you so much for being on our couch. But I want to know, what can we expect from you next?
More vibey music, more. I'm kind of stretching things out, trying to get into the rock genre as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know rock is pretty big. I want to do country, but like I said, I'm still gonna stay true, stay home.
What makes you want to do all these genres?
I feel like R&B can kind of mesh with a lot of different genres. You know, if you vibe enough, if you vibe enough, you can catch that vibe. You can get into all those different genres.
Mm-hmm, for sure. If there's somebody out there that you want to prove it to, who would that be?
Probably just myself. As I continue to accomplish more things, I just want to keep proving to myself that I can do better. You know, that's even the same with my music. Like, I'll make some good songs, and what I do is I don't try to go back instantly to go back to the studio, but I let it resonate, and I'm like, okay, what you can do better than this? Like, you know, that's hot, but can you do something hotter? You know what I'm saying? So it just keeps me going.
I feel like that's a strong trait to have too. I feel like a lot of us, we go out there, we put our work out, but we don't really like take lessons, like take notes.
Right. So I go back, I listen to all my vocals. I'm like, nah, I gotta come harder. So
What is your studio necessities?
Studio necessities, I don't really come with a lot. If I write down anything, I come with my pad, my pencil, and it, depending on the vibe of the song, I might have to drink and stuff like that. I don't smoke, so. But if people want to smoke, who's in there, I don't have no problem. I mean, like I'm like, hey, I can't do it without smoking, but it's just that's really it.
So what's gonna make the hit? What drink, what liquor of choice gonna make the hit?
I like white. I like white tequila.
Okay.
Tequila, exactly. So if I get some tequila, I get a little more confident, and I could be in the mic. Hey, you know, I can do what I need to do.
For sure. So I know right now you're doing the R&B. You want to step it up later,
Right.
But who would be your dream collaboration?
Dream collaboration. That's tough. I got a couple, but I'm gonna just go with Gunna.
Gunna. Okay, I can hear that.
I've wanted Gunna for like a very long time to be on a song with him. Like even when he was coming up, like I think I was hitting him up and I was doing videography back then. It's like yo, you need a video, you know, let me know. He ain't never respond, but it was just like, man, I've been messing with Gunna for so long.
Yeah,
when I first heard his voice, I was like, man, this man is crazy.
Yeah.
Man, crazy. So he got his own style and everything. And plus, he made a video underwater. Nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it. So,
that wild me too, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I fuck with Gunna. So what about videography? Like, do you ever tap back into that?
So I think God kind of prepared me for that because whenever I'm doing like videos or whenever I want like a certain scene done a certain way, I know what I want and I know what I like. So with that being said, I think me tapping back into that, I won't really possibly go and pick up a camera and like record, but the most I do is I can go back and look and be like, hey, now I want it from this angle.
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? So it helps out a lot.
Yeah, because I do other things outside of interviewing, and I found like when you like use your different talents, sometimes it can get you in a door for the talent that you want to, you know, grow and develop. Mm-hmm. Great. So how do you see your craft evolving, and what else do you want to leave us with?
I see me evolving to just being able to reach people around the world. You know what I'm saying? I still want to make good music. You know what I'm saying, R&B music to make babies and all that stuff like that. But I still want to be positive. You know what I'm saying? I still want that positive message behind it. You know what I'm saying? Fantasy, that's a song about your fantasy. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, whatever your fantasy is, you can accomplish it. Whether you want to be the best doctor or lawyer, that fantasy can come to life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would want to leave that with people. You know what I'm saying? For my music. For sure.
All right, guys. Well, this is Dvybez on thisis50.com. Make sure y'all stream Fantasy. Where can we find it at? Where can we find you at?
You can find me at Dvybez, DVYBEZ official on everything. You know what I'm saying? Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. You can just check me out. And my music, DVYBEZ. You can find me Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. Tidal probably like the best one. I like Tidal.
Yay.
But yeah,
sound quality is amazing.
And Fantasy is out for y'all. Go stream that. Thank you.
Dvybez, thisis50.com. TracyMitchellVA. See you guys next time.